Secret house, secret house, secret house, secret house, Tokyo, secret house.
Boom.
Right, yeah, that's me. I'm
That's
out.
hella Japanese for y'all right there. That's right. The Secret House Against the World is located somewhere in an undisclosed location in Tokyo.
His house.
We're a group of three fucking guys. Yes. I'm also
Triumvirate.
Yeah, there we go.
Supreme triumvirate.
Hey, wasn't that ill
secret
how like
house.
I put it as for some reason like I glanced up to try to figure out how to say the word and then I put the little definition of it up at the top.
Yeah, it was kinda
and then I didn't edit anything else about the video afterwards. I probably should put little gifs and shit, but welcome back. You know how it is, man. We are we talk about hip hop albums and things.
Jet
Mostly.
Mega, DJ El Spade,
El Spade.
the legendary, just released his album El Spadia 2.
Please check that
Check
out.
it out, download it, stream it.
On repeat.
Do it before you hear his opinions on this album.
Fucking word, yeah. There's a lot of people playing your shit, man. Congratulations again.
thank
I'll
you,
put that
man.
on for perpetuity. Yeah, it's there.
Stream it on repeat, man. Stick it to the man.
Yeah, and I know you ain't got that many friends
I really
to
don't.
stream that many. No,
I
no,
don't.
it said like it was like 100,000 like last week or some shit, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
In a month.
Congratulations.
Thank everybody for listening to it. I really appreciate it. Actually, some people from this review channel came over and said, "Yo, I'm checking it out because I saw you on this channel."
Oh,
So
dope.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, appreciate that.
Oh, dope.
You guys, really,
were
really
they expecting Aesop Rock type of music and then they didn't get that?
They probably.
If you're expecting like RAP Ferreira style music, you're about to be hella
Yes.
disappointed. Word. But yeah, we're here today reviewing the new RAP Ferreira, formerly known as Milo, also sometimes known as Scallops Hotel.
Ruby Yacht.
Yeah, Rubiat. 28 minutes, 11 songs. It's the Light-Emitting Diamond Cutter Scriptures. And Black Orpheus himself, man, I've been a fan of his for quite a long time. I remember when he made an album based off of Baths, using all the Baths beats. It was like a controversy because they didn't want to let that happen. The guys over at Anticon, shout out to them. And I knew about it at the time because I was also, I used to be a moderator for the People's Republic of Soul, and I was on the Reformed Bodies Forum way back in the day. That's also a fire album.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's released 2 albums this year, Bob's Son, as well as this one. Both of them kind of different in a lot of ways.
Play Bob's Son.
Yeah,
Play Bob's Son.
last year's album, The Purple Moonlight Pages, is probably, I think, his magnum opus so far.
Really good record.
I'm a big fan of his. What about you, Jet? I know you're not a fan and not familiar, so yeah.
My friend put me on to Milo, maybe 2013, 2014. When you're like, oh, that's a dope album, I was like trying to remember the name. Things That Happen at Day, Things That Happen at Night. Put me on to that one. He's been doing this for a minute now. I thought he was older than me, but he's like the same age as me.
He was young.
Born within like a month of each other or something. Which, considering how far he's taken his art form, makes me feel kind of disappointed in myself.
I think he started pretty young. You know, when he started before he was with Hellfire Club,
Sure.
No Can Do, Bus Driver, Open Mike Eagle, Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
Was a part of the crew and shit. So he comes from that lineage.
Damn.
Very much of the kind of freestyle fellowship project blowed art rap into the Anticon art rap, and he's one of the few artists that kind of really maintains that poetic jazzman approach to making music. And this album is another reflection of that. I think the title. Oh well, Spade, are you familiar with him at all?
No, I really wasn't. This is my first introduction.
I think you listened to Bob's Son a little bit before.
I did.
We
Yes, I
reviewed
did.
it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We were
You
going
was
to
on
do
that.
it, but
Yeah.
we canceled that at some point.
Right.
Earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Because Bob's Son came out in like January. But yeah.
We took
And I
too long
remember
to
you-
get around to it.
Yeah.
Things got in the way, and yeah, we just didn't review it in the end.
Word.
Yeah.
But kind of first introduction.
Yeah, really,
Okay.
like first.
What do you
dive
think
into
about
it.
what do you think about this as an introduction to Milo? It's
It's not
too
Purple
far
Moonlight
off.
Pages,
Yeah.
but it's I mean, I think like
If you don't like this, you probably
if you
not
don't
gonna
like this,
other.
you're not like I would never recommend Rap Ferreira / Milo / the Ruby Yacht
Right.
like collective crew to Spade.
Pink Navel and shit
because
like that. too.
because I know you didn't like this album, and there's just like no way you're gonna like other stuff he's done if you didn't like this.
Right.
And this is maybe a little left of center of some of his output.
this is an art piece.
It's not quite as out there as Bob's Son is, in my opinion, but it's, you know, there's some bangers on Purple Moonlight Pages, and this is not an album that has tracks that bang on it. That's not what you listen to this album for.
Before you guys get upset at my man L Spade, I want to remind you guys that we are 3 unique tastes in music, and the reason we're here is to have conversations. So don't be an asshole just because R.A.P Ferreira is your favorite MC. I like him too.
My shoulders are big enough. It's cool.
Ultimately, we know that a lot of people, you know, we're a small channel, and a lot of people watching this are people who were looking for R.A.P Ferreira content.
Right.
So they're fans of R.A.P Ferreira, and they want to hear people being very, very positive about him.
Right.
And I'm sure me and Mega are going to be plenty positive about him in the next 20-something minutes. But, like, just because somebody doesn't necessarily agree with your viewpoint on it, like, no reason to be an asshole.
Hey, man,
in the
stop
comments.
prefacing these folks, man.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get into it.
All right, let's get it.
We did kind of go for 2 minutes for it. Yeah, we good. We
Be
good.
nice. You gotta be nice. It's not that hard. That's all I'm saying.
Put on your big boy pants. You might hear some things you don't like. That's called life. Matter of fact, do you want me to hop into this? What I didn't like about this album? Because y'all been like teasing it for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, do it.
All right, go for it.
Dude sound like a fake ass Andre 3000, bro. I was like, what are we doing here? I'm like, yo, it feels like, man, dude was trying too hard. It was like this poetic slam type of, I'm trying to make it seem like I'm saying something lyrical and so complex, but I'm not. I listened to this album, felt like I was being had. I really feel like I was being had. It was like, bruh, these beats were little and flat too, and it was just saying, I ain't gonna say gibberish, but like, if this is gibberish and this is R.A.P Ferreira, yeah, you're scratching gibberish's ass. Like, bruh, and I gave it like 3 listens. Literally gave it 3 listens, man. The beats, I liken it to, like, I call this low pass filter rap. Like, some of the beats that had like no bottom in it, it was just kind of annoying. And like, yo, I think we get in this little trap where we think something's so innovative because it's different. Oh, did it sound different? It did sound different. Is there artistic value in this album? Yes, but it ain't innovative and it ain't that great. It's just like, oh, okay, so you did that. Cool. I can respect that you did that, but I don't like it. Like, the beat, Black Mission Figs. Ooh, almost did a faux pas. Black Mission Figs. I'm like, yo, hated the beat. Like, the change to the time signature in the bottom. Like, yo, what are you doing? Like, just because you put a drum roll at the end, it's not like good.
Eldon
like,
Summers on that track. Shouts out to Eldon Summers, UK represent.
Like, it's just not lyrical at all. This album was not. It would just sound like a bunch of, I don't know, a dude trying to make me think that he's smart. That's not. It's like, yo, look at this. I'm gonna do this stuff right here. Did not like the album.
Can I ask? Have you ever read any like poetry? Like, what poets do
wow.
you like?
Yes, I've read.
I just want to know.
Here we go.
I just
want to know.
the
attacks.
No, I know because you're saying it's not
wrong.
lyrical, but I'm saying I don't think that he's trying to be lyrical.
Then that would explain a lot. If you say he's not trying to be lyrical, then that explains a lot.
I mean, I think the intention is very clear that he's not trying to be lyrical. Like, a lot of the rhymes and the way that he reads it, it's almost like prose and poesy intonations. And I think it's very clear.
Even, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's very clear that if you want to, you can't compare what he's trying to do to like a Royce or anybody like that. Lyrical is not a term that I generally use to even discuss what he's doing.
Okay, so basically this is a poetry slam. We all like snapping our fingers.
Well, that's what I'm
right?
curious. I'm curious, like, what, like, or do you like poetry at all?
Yeah,
Because I mean, like, his last album was like
a beat
like,
poetry,
right?
thing.
Especially
it's Bob
you know,
Kaufman. And he talks about Bob Kaufman on this one as well.
Jack Kerouac.
Kerouac,
It's Corso. It's from that lineage, and I think that's exactly what he's trying to achieve, and I think he's wildly successful with it.
Yeah, okay, I just didn't like it. I'm not saying
I
he's
get it.
successful.
Fair enough. I'm trying to make you like it.
You are though. You're saying it's terrible.
For me, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Praise and Worship was like the best album on there. I mean, the best cut on there. Like,
I
for
disagree.
me, like when he said with the what he said, the corner of the sky turned indigo, becomes purple, standing in the square, make a tight circle. I'm like, yo, that's hard. I got that one. But like the rest of this stuff, it's just like the delivery and how he did it. It was just, I don't know, man. I just not for me.
I do disagree with you. I will say there, and this is not something I usually criticize R.A.P Ferreira for. There were a few moments that maybe touched a little too close to lyrical spiritual miracle for my taste.
Well, I think he does
He's
that.
like,
He does that a lot.
Fantasy in Tennessee and with my enemies,
Yes.
like. But I generally thought the album worked really well. There's a lot of great references to poetry. He talks about Steve Reich is on there, you know, in terms of
that Steve Reich
come out
joint
to
is
show
dope.
them, come out to show
It's
them.
crazy how that ends too.
Um,
In fact, I was just looking at that. You know that's like the first recorded 5%er on like radio.
Huh.
Or that person, they were beat by the cops and they cut to let the blues blood come out to show them.
Yeah.
There's so many references like that in the album, and I get how it can seem like. I used to think R.A.P Ferreira was much more pretentious back when he was younger. A
Sure.
lot of like gesturing towards things, but I think he's grown a lot as a writer. Yeah.
More
I mean,
pretentious
no,
than this album?
I don't think a lot of this is too like some of the symbolism that he paints here is beautiful. Some of the lines are incredible, and when I'm as a huge fan of not only the Project Blowed, but also the beat poets, I really do feel like he's taking it from that tradition. And when you read Jack Kerouac, when you read Gregory Corso, it's not lyrical. And sometimes it takes a simple phrasing is what makes it work for me. The clattering of guillotines in the backdrop of whatever it is you're building. Like he writes this in the same way that you would read prose on the page, probably with gaps and such. And I think he's super dope at it. Like there's so many lines on here that I think are great and evoke images and evoke feelings in textures to the music that he's complementing with the way his intonation works, that it's really dismissive to me for you to say like
I thought the intonation was annoying.
I
bro.
was born a weirdo, never fear though. Ours is legion. Seemed decent till I part the seas and fart in the key at E sharp. The jalopy needs parts, but I'ma keep speeding. That's just fucking hard to me, man. That imagery, fucking just tearing through the
Snakes
desert.
thought God was mad at me and started slithering
Slithering,
closer,
yeah.
wiggle
Closer,
over
yeah, I saw that.
predetermined boundary lines. The bell in the foundry chimes loudly, crack lensing enough to smack sense to the dentist's apprentice. My pastime includes hopping fences,
He had a few
fencing.
bars. I'm not saying it made it have any bars.
I don't think it's bars. I think that these are poetic fucking
Can we
bursts.
agree it's not rap then?
It's
No, it's hella rap. That's the tradition of it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he's amongst the jazzmen who don't have instruments; they have styles. I believe that it all of Freestyle Fellowship, who Bone Thugs and Harmony fucking jacked their entire steez from. Your open mic eagles, your Buck 65s, your Dose Ones, your Ys, your bus drivers. All of them come from this. Mike Ladd, the New Eurekan Poet Cafe. There's a through line of this, and even what Earl's doing now within the Black radical tradition. He's one of the jazz men of the modern age, and I really do think that he's one of the best orators and one of the smartest cats who are saying things in hip hop today.
I'm not gonna lie. If you took the beats away and I heard this, I probably think this was dope.
You don't like the production on it? There's so many interesting textures.
That's interesting.
Bro, no. No.
Something I liked more about this album compared to Bob's Son, which I also liked, and I think some of the writing on Bob's Son might be a little better than on this one, but this worked as a collection of songs for me as well. As like a series of different songs with different themes and everything like that, I think it worked really well for me. I love like Contrapuntal as the intro.
And then the way it kind of tails off and ends, and then it rebuttals again, like it's.
And then it has this kind of house music-y section,
Yeah.
like in the production, like it speeds up a bit. He's quite flexible on this one. He moves between styles. You know, a lot of like it's like Lost Poets in some places. Like yeah.
Yeah, some of it makes no sense though, man. Like some of the stuff he's saying. I mean, I guess that you say they're all rap too, so I'm not like just knocking him. But a lot of stuff, I'm just like, yeah, what do you say? My girl's built like a Tyrannosaurus. I'm like, all right, yeah, okay,
yeah.
cool.
I think-
All right.
Long legs,
I mean,
short arms.
I get what you're saying. You know, when it comes to this, you know, I knew.
She got a lot of tail.
I really do.
maybe. Hey.
No, yo, you can't read all the lyrics on that Nashville joint and think that he's bad at rapping. Like some of that shit is super ill. And if you look at, like, you know what the title of this, the Light-Emitting Diamond Cutter Scriptures, like diamond cutter could be the needle on a turntable, but also just the use of the title reminds me of like Scripture of the Golden Eternity from Jack Kerouac, or the Vortex Sutras from Allen Ginsberg. And I think that it, like, if you don't fuck with that type of shit at all, then yeah, you probably
I
won't
never
fuck
said
with
he was
this.
bad at what he's doing. I just said I don't like what he's doing. Like, what he's doing.
I think you did say he was whack in the beginning of the
whack.
video.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, the
Well,
whole
that's what you just got
the
like.
fake Andre 3000.
Rap Ferreira
I
will
don't-
rap forever.
I do
I don't see
not
that
get that
comparison.
comparison
Oh
at
my
all.
God, y'all don't get it? Oh
Like what is it? What about it is Andre?
All right,
I mean, there's a
It's
lot of people you
complex.
can. There's a
Like,
lot of
God.
people you can compare it to, like closer to than you can compare this to like Yoni Y or to Buck 65 before that.
Okay.
Like, Mike
Namesake of the show.
Ladd, Mike Ladd, even. I don't. What is Andre about it? You know what? Cats that always evoke Andre have probably never heard any of the West Coast stylers because they think Andre is the sole holder of a unique style.
Hey, that could be true, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like-
regional bias is a
Okay.
thing, but for me, it came off pretentious,
I get
and
that.
I was just like, ugh, dude, it's like you're trying to be. I ain't gonna say. And I don't know the guy personally, so I'm not trying to leverage this as a personal attack. But like just listening
shit.
to it, I was just like,
I didn't mean to do that.
what do you mean, bruh? What do you mean?
As a pretentious person,
Yeah.
worked totally well for me.
Eh.
I'm a pretentious guy.
I
you know
guess
that.
yeah. I mean, like I like poetry a lot. You know, there's poetry books all over the place in my place, and I like people's usage of language, whether it's the complexity of an Aesop Rock or a simple elegance of R.A.P Ferreira or Makami. I do think that there's a lot of value in usage in the way that we can use words, and I think that he does really good creating these soundscapes of feelings and emotions. I get a lot out of this album from track to track, and there's like a through line to it that I feel kind of was a little bit more disjointed on Bob's Son, but man, like I get.
It's pretty concise as
Yeah.
well. Like it's very start to finish. It's 29 minutes long, something like that, a little under half an
Shout
hour.
out to the under 30-minute album.
That's so common these days, but yeah,
and
shout out
and
to
it
it.
has like a nice but on the other hand, it's like a nice contrapuntal, to quote
Yeah,
R.A.P
word.
Ferreira, to this like era of the new Drake album that's like an hour and a half long and has 8,000 tracks on it because the Spotify algorithm says he's sexy, to once again quote R.A.P Ferreira on there. Yeah, this works really well for me. I guess I don't love his voice. I'm not crazy about his voice, although that's like my own personal thing, and I can
too.
overlook that pretty easily just because there's so much going on in terms of the pictures he's painting, and the production is very interesting. Did he produce this? Do we know?
I think
who
most of these are produced by him.
Okay.
I mean, it's not bad production, man. It's just, I don't know, man. All right, I'll be quiet.
No, I would like. I mean, like as a producer, I'd like to hear like what are your issues, because these are not poorly crafted. Like I don't think you'll find anybody who's like reviewing music to say that these are
No.
badly constructed.
No,
beats.
if you want to talk about like using chord progressions and everything and layering instruments, I'm totally with you.
there's
This is not
there's like musical stems
Yes,
and
it's not-
progressions all
yeah,
over this
it's
thing.
not simple music. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
Thoughtful.
It's not. I'm not saying it's not thoughtful, but I'm just saying as a piece, it's just like it's almost like. What's a good way to put it? You know, when you're watching a movie and you got ambient background music that's really not there,
Sure.
it's not making you feel anything. That's how I felt about it. I just felt like, okay, cool. There was a couple beats too, like at the end when he did the drum roll and he started changing the time signature. I'm just like, okay, cool, that's something, but all right. The whole package together, man, to me, it just seemed like a whole pretentious mess. Which I'm not saying is a bad album too. And let me get that clear, guys. I'm not saying this is not a bad album.
It's
I'm
too
just-
late. The commenters are coming.
Yeah.
They're coming.
But I
Hello,
just-
I
commentators.
think it's
Welcome
firmly
to our
documented.
domain.
Some of the
secret house.
like the actual hate that you've already given, with like isness to it. He is a terrible lyricist. Like the beats are terrible.
I'm saying, man, if I heard this at a poetry slam, I'd be like, man, this dude's spitting. But as a package and a rap album, I'm just like, nah.
You don't think you could listen to this and for it to kind of create an atmosphere in your
Actually,
life at any
I think
point?
that like the best time I had listening to this was on my way over here on the train. Like on the train, like passing Ichikawa, passing the river scene, like painting that, listening to this, I'm like, oh man, this actually fits here. Kind of got me calmed down. It's like these lo-fi beats are cool and these chill beats are good, but I just feel like it's kind of cheesy, man, at this point.
It's interesting to
like,
me
yo.
that you highlight being on the train and enjoying, or not enjoying it, but preferring it. In that, I do think, as far as I'm aware, like R.A.P Ferreira is someone who has moved around a lot in his music
Yeah,
career.
I
I think
think
he's
in Maine now or some
he's
shit.
in Maine or something, but he's always going to different places, and he is kind of like a traveling musician in his creation and the way he approaches things. I think, you know, there is this degree of movement in his music, the way that it's kind of transient thing, you know, ideas and images come and go, and it is like you're sitting on a train looking out of the window and just seeing all of these stories unfold around you, and then they're gone.
You don't like this beat? This shit is hard. Like,
cool,
it's
man.
beautiful.
It's cool, man.
But it's not anything fun.
It's just a
not
lo-fi.
fun at all.
I don't know, man. This whole lo-fi movement is kind of killing me too, bro.
I wouldn't call this lo-fi.
It's definitely lo-fi, or as I call it, low-pass music.
Okay, maybe, but lo-fi, like, to me, that invokes an entire genre of beats. With this doesn't sound like anything you'd hear on a lo-fi
Does it not?
playlist.
That's me, yeah.
Not at
Chill
all.
Yeah, man. Dude, man.
No. This is not like a
something like
swum
this.
vibe or something. It doesn't have an orchestral sample. It has progressions in it. There's only a
Studio
few
Ghibli
cats.
sample.
You know what I mean? It's only like there's only a few cats that are actually crafting lo-fi beats that are thoughtful and not just simple drum loops under a tape hiss filter or some shit. Like,
The
there's
sound of rain.
not like, you know, like, if you listen to like Purple Moonlight Pages, who he did with the Jefferson Park Boys, it's like a you know,
jazz
it's
band,
it's
yeah.
Kenny Siegel's brother and him, and it's musical. Like, there's same type of progressive elements and musical stems from live instruments on this as well.
It's good, but it ain't complex. It ain't anything innovative. It's just all right.
But it's
Once
not
again,
lo-fi.
it's like 3 or 4 chords. You got some ambient sound in there. Listen to the drums, listen to that kick. You know, you got a little muffled kick back there. You know,
It's
little
not
whiny
rap.
guitar.
It's not rap music that you would hear on a radio. It's not that at all, or trying to be that at all.
I know. I'm not saying that's what I'm looking for. I'm just saying. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's just ain't innovative. It's just all right. It's a beat.
I mean, he's been doing this for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't call it innovative either.
I wouldn't call it innovative in the sense that, like, he's been this good for like 7-8 years now.
I also think it's rooted in a lot of
and it's rooted in
traditions.
tradition. He's Bob's
Yeah.
son, right?
Yeah.
It's Bob Kaufman.
Yeah.
It's Jack Kerouac. So yeah, it's beat poetry.
Right.
Um,
It's also very much him. Like, there's no other real music coming out that has this same similar
Nobody sounds
aesthetic.
like him right
it's
now,
like
but-
it's like Earl too. Like, Earl's very much, and I know you don't like Earl either, but I believe that Earl is also leaning more into the poetic aspects and the lineage of his father, and also some of the political leanings of his mother that are coming through in his music. And I believe they both come from this. I'd like to call it the Black radical tradition of art, and that's also a reason why I appreciate it as a kind of singular thing within, you know, a sea of similar. I don't think
Yeah.
it's innovative though.
That vision of the big
I mean, he.
last minute pre-dawn chaos.
Yeah, I mean, this is what is this? William S. I mean, this is a Hunter S. Thompson sample, right?
sure.
Yeah, it's all over. It's all over. I get it. I knew I had the idea that you wouldn't like it because what you said, the one line that you said about the Bobson shit. Like, we were in a chat and he was like, "What the fuck is this?" or some shit like that. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right, I'm not in a rush to do the Bobson thing. But I respect you for not liking it, but I do think that it's a good album. I do think it's a good album.
It's listenable. It's listenable. It's not my cup of tea, but anybody who listens to this album, I'm not saying, well, you shouldn't listen. No, I can see why you can like it. It's just not my cup of tea, guys. That's all I'm saying.
Soul spinning like a gyro. Steady, ready, all-star like Zebo. Sad gazebo.
Oh.
Gazebo, sad
yeah.
gazebos. I'm like,
Combo moves, not a cheat code.
Combo moves.
that was kind of dope. Yeah, combo moves.
There's a
not cheat
lot of
code.
those
Yeah, that's
lines
kinda
out
dope.
there.
He got some. He got some
and
bars.
poetic ones that are like grasp on the infinite, like we intimate. Like, bruh, like some of this shit is crazy. A
got a few
flower's
bars.
duty is to bloom. Like, yeah, I like it, man. I fuck with it. Strongly worded letter to Mammon.
How would you rank it though? And is this
I
gonna be
do
in your
like
top
this.
10 though?
I'm not sure yet. But I do really enjoy this album. Bob's son was when I looked at my shit.
Keymasters need gatekeepers.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Look at the smile on his face.
this is hard. This is one of those albums. Like, I listen to this. And I get a lot of lines in the same way that I would reading a poem. Like, sparing the rod, sharing a laugh with God, and my belly's still hurting. Tell dummy don't worry about the wording. It's more about the feeling. Yeah, going for speed, going for Greenpeace, going beyond need. This is like, man, I wouldn't call it lyrical, but I think this is phenomenal writing at times. Yeah.
Secret House.
Secret House.
Secret
You
House.
didn't rate it though. You didn't say.
Oh,
It's good.
I think this is yeah. You want a number rating?
I mean, if you don't feel like it's cool, I'll give you my number rating though.
Go. Can I guess?
Yes.
5.
Oh wow, you know me, bro.
5.
Damn, you know me. I like 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
5.
5.
Slept in the middle. Like,
Yeah. I mean, you know what I hate is like we review a lot of artists that I like, and most of the time it's not like a bad album. It's not like a 10 album, except for like a few get above 8. But I will give this guaranteed a 7. I think that what it's trying to do, it achieves in spades, and it achieves, and I think that I like the atmosphere and the textures that he creates and a lot of the feeling, and it evokes even like this is an album that changes my mood, and I kind of feel like more meaning unfolds as I listen to it more, depending on when I'm listening to it and how I'm listening to it. I view this as a piece of artwork, and I view this as in the same way that I would feel about Gasoline, or not actual gasoline, but like Gregory Corso. Some of the lyrics on this, I think he's taking actual poetic approaches, auto poesy, just strolling it down, and I think that works well for me because I love those things and I appreciate those things as an art form. And in RAP Ferreira is, I like calling him Milo because I'll be not knowing the pronunciation or how to spell his name, but I think Milo Rory. I think Rory, that's his name too. Rory Allen P. R.A.P. That's where
Rory Allen Phillip.
Yeah, there he is. But yeah, I think he's important, and I think that he's one of the few orators in hip hop culture that are actually doing something interesting.
I would agree. He's good. He's good orator.
I feel like it's kind of a dirty word, but even academic.
Well, I mean, some of the things he says is very like. Before I used to be like, bro, you just want to pull that out because you heard that,
Sure.
When he used to talk about like philosophical like teachings and shit, but now I feel kind of like he's a little bit less pretentious. He's grown. He's a man. He's got a baby now. Lone Wolf and another lonely day for Lone Wolf and Cub. Is that the line?
Something like that. Yeah.
Man, I like it. I fuck with it. 10 out of 10. No.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Would not be on my top 10 list. This album. Just
Might
put it
be.
up there.
So might be on mine. Not sure yet. I got a long list. I got to narrow it down a little bit.
I wrote something down as a note for myself because I thought it was something that I wanted to say that I could not get out. But I said, when somebody hates this type of stuff, I kind of just have to smile and say, fair enough. Something that has a love it or hate it elasticity is now good because so much of what is being made is frictionless. It's made to shove down the throats of people who are going to enjoy it no matter what. And I do like that he just does. He's just doing his art, whether he's not expecting it to blow up. He's just making art and living off of art, and there needs to be more artists that are doing those type of things, and I think that they're few and far between.
Well, can I say something somebody told me when I first started doing music, and it hits on the same notes he just said, man. He told me that, look, you can build off of love, you can build off hate, but you can't do nothing when I don't give a fuck. So as long as you're invoking emotions, you still ahead of the game. And like, I got some emotions of hate, but it did make me feel. So shout out to you, Rory.
Let's keep it at Rory. That way we can rock it.
Shouts out to Rory.
Brother Mozone. That's the cat from The Wire. The Muslim cat from The Wire.
What? Okay, no, that one went over my head, but I haven't
Brother
seen The Wire.
Mozone library card. You've seen The Wire, right?
I have seen. Come on.
I was like,
I mean, some people haven't, and I hate those people.
I was like, oh, my bad. Really? Haven't seen
You
it.
haven't seen it?
I don't
So
watch
it's fucking
TV.
great.
I don't watch TV.
I get it.
Your
I mean,
British brother is in there.
oh yeah.
Idris Elba.
Shouts
Yeah.
out to
Stringer
Idris Elba. Rest in peace, Michael K.
Iconic
Williams.
But indeed, man.
No, I don't watch TV, so
You should watch The Wire. It's great.
yeah. So I've been told this for the last 15 years of my life.
Brother Mozone library card. Peace. Shout out to all the fans of R.A.P Ferreira. Shout out to the Secret House Against the World. We'll be back again with more stuff before the end of the year. I think we got some
Yes.
time, don't we?
Secret
Let's
House.
see what's up.
You ain't gonna say it?
Secret House.
Fuck
Secret.
the old right.
Secret
I got God in me.
House.
Can't you see?
Fuck the alt right.
God in me.
Jerk.
Can't you see? I got God in me.